Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back. It's been a while since I've done a makeup tutorial. Yeah, I am excited to be back doing something for you. I think I have everything laid out. It's been a while, so if I kind of fumble with steps, please forgive me. I've been putting makeup on myself. Usually I'm doing it in one of my vlogs. What I'm doing in my vlogs is I am talking while I'm getting ready to go somewhere or something like that. And I wanted to do like an actual beauty related get ready with me, probably a chatty get ready with me for you guys on my main channel because I haven't done that in a while. I'm going to go to the big OG here. I cannot wait to go back into my Naked palette. I absolutely love this palette. It has just, I mean, the colors are just gorgeous. And I mean, you know, like, there's no denying that. So that is going to be the focus for today as far as my look and where I'm going. I'm not really sure exactly which colors I'm going to use yet, but I think I've got everything out here that I'm going to need, and I think it's time to get started. I'm going to be outside today, and as I mentioned in one of my vlogs, it's really warm here in Alabama. So just in case I get hot, I want my makeup to be kind of goof proof. So I'm going to go in with my Scandinavia. It's one of my faves next to this one. I absolutely love it. But yeah, I went ahead and pulled my hair back into a ponytail. What I did, I've not done it in a really long time, but I used the hairdryer and I straightened it with a roller brush as I was drying it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and curl it before I pull it back up into a ponytail. And that'll give my ponytail a little volume and some curl, and it'll look a little better out from underneath my ball cap. I don't have, this doesn't have any, it's all free, but it doesn't have any, I don't think it has any SPF in it at all. I was looking last night and I realized that I don't know what happened to my my SPF or my face, but I can't find it. I was looking around and I was wondering, you know, if any of my primers had an SPF, and I don't see any that have more than 20, and 20 is like nothing for me. I mean, 20 won't help me at all. I'm going to be using, because of that, I'm going to use the It Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Plus Illumination Color Correcting Illuminating Full Coverage Cream and Anti-Aging Hydrating Serum plus SPF 50. I'm worn out. This is actually a really good CC cream. I really do like it, and since it's got the 50 SPF in it, I'm going to use it. You see the light change every now and then? It's because I have a big window in front of me. I do have the blinds closed because the sun keeps going behind the clouds and stuff like that. So it'll get brighter and it'll get, you know, dull. So just keep that in mind. So this is what I'm going to use for my foundation because I need SPF if I'm going to be sitting outside. I learned that lesson a couple of days ago, and if you follow me in my blogs, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I want to go ahead and get started, and let's prime my face. You're supposed to shake these. So if you have these and you don't know that, make sure you shake them before you use them. I want to make sure I've got a good primed base. Got up this morning. We went to the salon and had my son's hair cut, and I bet he cut 6 inches off of it. It had gotten really long. You know, as a parent, you let's see, I'm going to color correct first, and I am loving this Wet n Wild cushion. It was $4 or $5. I think it was $4.99 or $5.99. I've been loving it. It just comes with this little pad or whatever, and I just stick my fingers in it, and it's got this little separator here that I pull out that just, you know, protects the product from, you know, this is not sitting directly on it. It's a rubbery kind of pad to it. To me, it should, yeah, it should wash just as well as the Beauty Blender or anything like that. And I will wash it when I do my brushes. So I'm going to go in with this because I have large areas. Now, I've been keeping everyone updated on my face. I had a reaction to the Cover FX. Let me see if I can get it out here. I'm bumping you, but I'm trying. I had a reaction to this. This is the Cover FX, and this is the anti-aging one. It has the purple band around it. It has, from what I read, it does promote hyaluronic acid production and things like that. The first couple of times I used it, I just didn't like it, but then after that, I'm going to go ahead and start color correcting. Then after that, it just seemed as though it wasn't going well with my skin. I think combining the Cover FX product along with getting some sun, it caused a serious reaction. My skin went berserk, and I hate that. I love the Cover FX brand, but you know, there's some things I'm not willing to do, and that's, you know, I don't want texture on my face. It might have discoloration, but I don't want texture. And that's what I was dealing with. So I took a Benadryl about halfway through the day yesterday and again last night. And all of the texture has gone down, so there's no more swelling. And I'm really happy about that. I'm not used to texture. I use my Clarisonic daily, and I'm not used to any kind of issues that I need to cover other than color correcting. So I know that I'm looking ghostly and weird, but you know what, guys? This stuff works really good for the redness in your face. It works really good. Now, yes, I look like a ghost, but it really helps over the worst areas. I go ahead, since the Urban Decay is so expensive, I go ahead and put it over my whole face with this. The Urban Decay is just too expensive to use all over the face like this. And plus, this is a nice thin coat. And by the time I finish with it and get it put away, the great thing about it is that it's dry and ready to go. So I really like that. Now, the next thing I'm going to do, I believe, since I've been having so much fallout, I was just afraid I would forget that part. So I wanted to make sure that I did that first. Oh, and I also wanted to mention this again. This is the Sephora, it says Sephora Mini Color Switch by Veramona. So it is a Veramona, but it's in combination with Sephora. This is considered a travel size. It just comes in a little tin like this. Guys, this thing, woo, it works. Let me see if I've got I don't know if I have one that has a lot of color in it to show you just how much it works. Okay, you can see this. Okay, it's supposed to be white. Can you see that? I just run it around in there, circles, back and forth, just all different kinds of ways. I don't do it hard enough that it would, you know, damage the bristles or anything like that. But, okay, no more than I just did. I don't know if you can see the difference, but in person, it's significant. I love this. I have been keeping it here on top of my vanity. I just have been keeping it like this right here with a cap on the bottom, and then I just reach for it and change the color on a brush, you know, if I need to. So that's what I've been doing. All right, I think I'm going to do my eyes first, and I don't normally do that, but well, sometimes I do, but lately I've been having a lot of trouble with getting a lot of fallout, and I'm not really sure what is going on there, but I don't want to put anything under my eyes because I may have to come back with a makeup wipe and clean up. I'm going to go in with my MAC Painterly Paint Pot, and I'm going to use this to prime my eyes because I want the color to stay. I'm just using a Morphe E32, which is just a little flat shader brush. I'm just going into this, and I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to put this Painterly Paint Pot all over. I know a lot of people prefer the ochre, but I have really pale skin and I just prefer Painterly. I know a lot of people use this and they use it to carve out their brows sometimes, as opposed to concealer and things like that. But for me, it's just a really great primer for my eyes. It keeps my eyes and my eyeshadow in place, and it also helps intensify the color that I put on there. I just really like it. So I hope you guys have been good. As you know, I have been vlogging a lot, or as much as I can, I should say, and posting private things, you know, as far as my weight loss is concerned, my journey in that area. And I've been putting that on my second channel, and it's listed down below if you're interested. If you have something that you need to do and you want something going on in the background, my videos tend to be kind of long, but you can listen to, in the background and that sort of thing to what I'm talking about or saying. Okay, I think that I'm happy with that. Okay, so let me put this back up to any kind of, concealer or primer or anything like that. But I love the MAC paint pots. I think they're great. And the colored ones are really good too. I mean, they're really good. When I get through with a brush that I know I'm not going to touch again, I'm going to put it in that basket back there, because I'm trying to get it to where I can, not only where I can move, but yeah, I need to be cleaning these brushes. But yeah, I've been putting a lot on that channel. So let me go ahead and go in with my Sigma E40 and I'm going to go in with all over. I'm going to go in with the color Virgin. It's just a great one. You can see it's messy. It's just one of those good shades that it's good for all over. And this way, when I'm done with my eyes, if I have a lot of fallout or a lot going on my lower lash line that I need to deal with, I can just use a wipe, a makeup wipe, clean it up, and keep going. And I can also sharpen up the corner, this way if I need to. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, I haven't really done like a dedicated actual makeup tutorial where I give you tips and things like that. I've not honestly been watching a whole lot of that lately and learning myself, but I will tell you a couple of channels that are really good go-tos for that. The main one, of course, is Wayne Goss. He goes in depth about all different kinds of ways to correct or to camouflage. He talks about the proper uses of certain kinds of products, that sort of thing. So if that is up your alley, you really need to watch Wayne. You need to go over to Wayne Goss Makeup, and you need to, or is it Wayne Goss Makeup Artist? I think it's just Wayne Goss, Goss. But anyway, I think everybody in the beauty community probably knows about him. He's pretty famous just because of the fact that he has his own line of brushes that he makes, and they're all handmade and that sort of thing. I don't have any of them. I can't afford them. Okay, I have gone all over with that color. Now, no, that's not a, it's not a, I guess it's got a little bit of a satinness to it. But now I'm going to go in with, let's see, I think I want to go in with Naked first, which is this lighter brown here, and put that all through the crease. And then I'm going to go in with Buck and do the outer corner. Okay, so for those of you that are new, and I do have a lot of new folks, and you guys haven't seen me do a makeup tutorial, I don't believe. So just so you know, I have hooded lids, and I keep my eyes open while I'm putting, stuff, especially through the crease, because I need to place it a little above the actual crease for it to show because of my hooded lids. If you have hooded lids, that's what you need to do. Just put it right above the actual crease. You can put it through the crease, but it needs to come above the crease some, or you're not going to be able to see it, because when you open your eyes, you see how it hides my eye. If I look down or close my eyes, that's different. But yeah, it's got to go in your crease So you need to choose a color. Usually it is a matte that you need to choose. I'm not saying you can't use a satin through, you know, your crease. I'm just saying that it usually works best when you are blending if you put a matte through the crease first. It gives the other colors something to blend with, and you get a better result. And I also always start, anytime I add, I always start on this outside corner of the eye and then work my way forward and through the crease. Then I do tiny circles or windshield wiper motions, something like that. But whatever you do, you hang on to your brush that you're using with your crease shade, your transition shade. Hang on to this, because after you go in to deepen up, you're going to need to come back with this and blend. So what I'm going to grab now is this brush right here is from, oh, I got brushes just going everywhere. I've got this brush is from Morphe. It's an E28. It's kind of got a little bit of a point to it. I am going to now go in with Buck, which is darker, and I'm going to use that just in the outer corner as a way to darken up my look. So I'm going to use it on the V. I have my head back. I am bringing it on my lid and then right above the crease, making that V shape. If I keep my eyes open, then I know where to put it, because if I close my eyes, I'm liable to put it too low and then you won't be able to see it. So I'm just trying to make that actual V shape. I just love Urban Decay shadows. These, I think, are just the OGs. I mean, I want to say that they were probably the first big palettes to hit the stores, you know, and of course it just started everything from that point. But I have all the Naked palettes and I love them all. I would say the one that I use the least amount is the Naked Smoky, but it's still a gorgeous palette, and there's still lots of, you know, wonderful looks that you can create using it. But if you are wanting a smoked out color, then definitely go with the Naked Smoky if you're interested in that. Okay, now don't worry about how far out I've gone, because I am going to clean this up. I'm just, you know, right now I'm just trying to make sure that I blend well and that I get this placed in the right spot. And again, if I was sitting up straight, my head would be down like this. But I lean back and I keep that eye open so I can see exactly where I'm laying that down. Just like that. It just makes it better when you have hooded lids. Actually, it makes it better when you have any kind of lid, because you can really see what you're doing. And you know, after you've done your makeup, like let's say you're a young person. I mean, you know, I don't know if there are young people that watch my channel or not, but I will say this, you know, if you're a young person and you're not, you know, makeup savvy, I would say, or you're just getting started and you're not sure about shadow placement, the first thing that you need to do is you need to determine what kind of eye you have. If you have a really good open crease, which most young people do, but I mean, there are young people who have puffier eyes, and there are young people that, see, I'm just taking the original brush with no extra product. I didn't add anything to it. I'm just going in and making sure that there are no harsh lines. You don't want harsh lines when you are blending. You want to stop and blend every now and then, because you don't want, you know, you don't want any harsh lines, because then it doesn't look as nice as it could. Okay, this is the large shader brush, and what I'm going to do with it, I am going to go into, I think I want to use Toasted. It's one of my favorite colors. I'm not going to use Half Baked. I'm going to use this flat shader brush, and I'm going to dampen it with my Fix Plus. Shake it a little bit. And then I'm going to go into Toasted. Kind of load the brush up on both sides. And I'm going to put this on my inner corner. I'm bringing it over to meet where I darkened up my outer V. So I'm bringing it halfway over, just like that. And I am going above the crease with this as well. Okay. Other eye. And I'm being careful to keep my eye wrinkle free so that it doesn't crease before it dries. I'm just adding more as I think I need. I'm really letting it up because I want it to really show. Anytime you want to really make a shadow pop, wet it with some Fix Plus or even just some water in a spray bottle. Don't dip it, you know, don't do that. You see how I'm bringing it just to that area there? Okay, I'm going to keep my eyes closed for just a minute. I've got a fan on me. I could do that. Put my Fix Plus back. Okay, I am going to, I have lots of fallout from the browns, which is fine. I'm not going to do my under eyes or my brows yet. That'll be one of the last two things that I do. But there is enough on this bottom that I'm going to take. I just keep these in here for cleanup. I don't like the e.l.f. wipes, but they're better than nothing. You know what I mean? So I do use them, and they're already starting to dry out. They're really just not good. I'm going to take my finger, and I'm just going to clean it up. See there? That's what had fallen, and it was in my lash line. So I wanted to clean it up. Okay, now let's go into this side. That's how much had fallen on that eye. It's a lot. Yes, I do look red, but I promise you, that's just because I'm rubbing my face. And then when I get that straight line like that on the side, it cleans everything up and makes everything look much nicer. Okay, so I'm able to do that. Yes, it looks red, but you know what? It's going to be okay. I am going to go ahead and go back in. I had to come down a good bit because there was so much fallout. I'm going to go back into my color corrector because I had to wipe some of it off. And I'm just going to put, you know, it back on there where it was, which is the top of the cheeks here. The top of my cheek area is really, really red. And especially on both, on the top here, especially on this side, because it's I have these broken capillaries that are there, and I like to try and take care of those. Okay, now then, let me close up my corrector. One thing too, you know, if you don't want your bedroom to, girl, especially if you're a young girl, you don't want your bedroom looking crazy every day, then clean up as you go. After you, I know I look crazy. I look like a skeleton, but that's fine. Trust me, it'll work out. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and go in with my It Cosmetics CC cream. And I don't know if this needs to be shaken or not. I don't think it needs to be shaken. Let me get a drink of water. I'm trying to hydrate. Okay, I'm going to go in with, actually, I'm going to get better coverage with a brush. Sigma F80 flat top kabuki brush. Okay, I'm going to squirt some on my forehead there. And I'm just going to buff this in with my brush. I will use my dampened beauty blender for blending my concealer. I really like this color correcting from Wet n Wild, not just because it's inexpensive, but it does a great job and it does not move when I go over it. Okay. I did put my favorite fresh sugar lip balm. It smells like lemon pancake. It's my favorite. I did put some of that on my lips before I started. If you are new, or if you just need a little tip, doing your I think I need a little bit more on there. My squeaky chair. Moisturizing your lips before you start your makeup is a good situation. It's really good because your lips do tend to get very dry when you are working on your face. So okay, so what I did is I just kind of squeezed some and I also put some down there. Now, I do not put anything under my eyes until I'm ready to conceal, okay? I think that's important. Oh, and this color is medium that I'm using. It's a little bit darker than me right now. That's the reason I'm taking it so far down. And I also want to get my ear with that. But I do keep products out from underneath my eye because I have mature skin and I don't want it to be crepey or cakey. The more product that you put under your eye, the more chance of it becoming that way. See how it covered that so nicely? It's a very, very natural. It's a very natural look, which I like. I like that it covers and I'm getting 50 SPF. But yeah, make sure that you go all the way back to your ear because you don't want to have a line here and you don't want to have a line here where it stops. You want to buff it down and buff it on until it's completely nicely smooth and you don't have any demarcation lines, because there's nothing worse than seeing somebody that has on makeup that is way too dark for them and then they just stopped at the edge of their face. So don't make that mistake. Make sure that you look flawless by blending and blending, just like you would your eyes. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'm pretty pleased. Like I said, it's light to medium coverage. It's really not a heavily, I could build it up, but I'm going to be out in the heat and I really don't want to do that. So I'm going to put this back in my foundation drawer because I'm done with it. All right, now what I would like to do is go ahead and go in with the rest of my face products. I am going to, well, let's see. No, let me go ahead and do under my eyes and then I'll do my face. Okay, so what I'm going to do with my eyes first, I use this Smashbox color correcting stick. I use it in the dark orange because it's really good for these really dark circles I have under my eyes. I mean, this is actual deepness here, so I can't change that I need fillers there, but I can change the fact that it's purple there. I tend to get really dark on this outside corner of my eye and then in this deep little well right there. And so that's where I put the majority of my product. What I like to do after that is I have this brush here. It's a Sigma brush too. It's actually a shader brush. It's the Eye Shading E55. It's just a real short little brush, and I like to use it to blend this out because, I mean, some people leave it like that, but it's very, very creamy, and I don't want anything slipping around. So I feel like that if I smooth it out a little bit, I mean, I'm going to be putting concealer over it anyway. So I feel like that if I blend it out, it's less likely to slide around or move because I am needing that coverage. I'm needing that, that to be, you know, different. Sure, it makes me look sick at first, but it'll be fine. I just think it's a necessary step is to blend this out. Like I said, I know many people that don't, and I've seen people use red lipstick, for heaven's sakes. That's not necessary. If anything, just use, you know, they have all kinds of drugstore options. You don't have to use a Smashbox stick. That's just the one that I found that works best for me. NYX has a little paint pot, sort of like, actually, I think I have it somewhere here. But it looks just like my Painterly paint pot. It looks just like this, only it says NYX on it, and it says color corrector, and you can get it in lots of different colors. Their orange one, it's not as orange as this, but it's a salmon color, and it does a great job. So, yeah. Okay, I can put that one up. I can put this one up. Okie dokie. Now I'm ready to go in and work on my, let's see, I think I'm going to go with my Shape Tape because it does such a wonderful job. I'm going to be setting my face with under my eyes with my Laura Mercier loose translucent powder. And then I'm going to set my face today with my Laura Mercier Highlight 01. It looks like this. It's kind of got a little bit of an arch on the top or whatever. But when you open it up, it looks like this. It's a dome or whatever. It gives you a really pretty sheen once you put on your finishing spray. So that's what I'm going to set my face with, and then I am going to bake with my Laura Mercier. So let's get going with my Tarte Shape Tape. It is in the color Light Neutral. I have just found that if I'm ordering online, which I had to do with this one, I just go ahead and go with neutral. It just seems like, you know, I like the neutral on my skin because I do so much color correcting. I'm doing extra today. I haven't had much sleep the last 2 days, and I'm trying to cover. I've actually got way too much on. That's more than enough. But my yeah, that's way too much. But I was trying to spread it out. I have my dampened beauty blender, and it's really pretty damp. So I'm just going to go in and I'm going to bounce on top of this. I will make a funny face. Sorry about that. But I'm gonna bring it down some so that I can kind of lighten up, excuse me, lighten up my cheek area just a bit. And I also like to go down the side of my nose. I don't know if you can hear it, but Izzy is just a snoring. She's under my chair, and she is snoring like crazy. Okay, it was a little too much, but see how when I bounce it out, it lightens up the center of my face. Okay, same thing on this side. It narrows my nose when I come down the side with it. Instead of contouring my nose, I don't think that I need to contour my nose, you know, with a contour powder or anything like that. In fact, if you are watching a lot of beauty gurus on Instagram and YouTube, guys, they do way more than is necessary. There are so many people that have a nose that needs no contour whatsoever. I'm going to try to not talk very much until I can get this set because I don't want any creases. I'm just going to tap this in my powder here, and I'm going to go in and set that. Okay, get it on both sides of my nose. Everywhere that I put it, I am going to quote bake. I just feel like I need to. It's just one of those things. Okay, while we're doing that, I want to set my face with this Laura Mercier powder that I said it is called Highlight 01. And it's just a really pretty luminous powder. It reminds me a lot of the Hourglass face powders as far as the way that I'm using it. I'm doing that so I don't get it all over my chapstick or lip balm, whatever you want to call it. I'm just using a fluffy powder brush from Morphe. The same brushes that I always use. I figure if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I just use the same brushes over and over. I have the full set of the Sigma, and I have the full set of the Morphe E line. They have, since I purchased, they have come out, of course, and, you know, come out with something different. But, you know, mine still work just fine, and until they stop working, I see no need to stop using them. If I ever run out of brushes and I can't get them clean, I do have, like, this is my giant, it's got a hair on it. This is, I love the Real Techniques from the drugstore. I keep those in my drawer right here in front of me, so if I ever need something like that, I can just grab it and go. Okay, for bronzing up today, I'm not going to contour, I'm just going to bronze up. I'm going to be using my Too Faced. It is the Chocolate Soleil in the medium deep. It is such a beautiful, beautiful color. It makes such a pretty, it just makes a pretty brownness. It warms my face up really nice. Now, I'm really, really pale right now. But as long as I'm not heavy-handed, I can usually get, you know, do pretty well with this color. So I'm just going to put my Kat Von D angled fluffy brush in there. And I'm just going to kind of go in here and start putting down some pretty bronzer. I like to bronze the edges of my face. I'm not going all the way down here where my contour would be. I'm staying up just a little bit. I'm going to warm around my hairline. I may or may not wear a hat today. I don't know. Since I was able to use the 50 SPF, and the hat is not my most favorite thing in the world, then I may not wear one today. I just have to worry about my, you know, my scalp getting burned. Hopefully, we're going to be, the whole week it's a tournament, and we're going to be at a Met where the city's, it's not my city, but that city's, their baseball team actually played. So, they were the, they, you know, they have a, semi-pro, whatever it is, you know, that underneath the major leaguers, that they pull from each year for their players. And so there is some shading in the Met in some areas, but as the sun moves over and goes down, you never know if you're going to get, you know, I'm going to put a little bit right here and right here. The reason that I'm doing that is because if I can shadow this just a touch, it does hide it a little bit. You have to be very, very, very light-handed with it, though. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put away that bronzer. I'm going to go into my blush. The blush I chose this time is my Clinique Cheek Pop in Berry Pop. This is such a pretty color, and I mean, I just really like it. I mean, the whole container, it's just so cute. Clinique did a really good job with these. This looks like scary. I know it does, but trust me, it's not. It's just a really pretty pink, and you know, go light-handed at first. It depends on how much blush you like. I like a lot. But you can see that I'm letting that underneath my eyes stay there a good little while. And the reason for that is because the longer that it stays, the less chance that I have of it moving around. So, yeah. I really like this pink. I think it's just a really pretty springy peach, and I'm ready for spring, and it's a baseball game after all. Yes, I know that I sometimes bring my blush up like right in there, and I do like to get into my hairline with it. My channel here has been very planner heavy. I realize that. You know, honestly, it's about what I've been going through with my surgery and all of those things. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to knock off this bake, and then I'm going to blend these because I want these to be seamless, and I don't want, you know, like any really sharp line. I don't want there to be an obvious bronzer blush. You see what I'm saying? So I like to brush these kind of together, blend them a good bit. I think it makes it look much more natural. I hate it when my chair squeaks. See, I feel like that's much more natural looking. Okay, now, something in my eye, guys, always happens every time. And plus sometimes, you know, if you get powder or anything like that in your eye, it kind of gathers in the corner. Okay, now then, what I want to do after I take a drink of water, I want to finish my eyes first. And what I'm going to do first with my eyes, I have this MAC liner in Costa Riche. It's a really pretty brown. It's just a warm brown, kind of an umber color. I'm going to tightline, and I am going to waterline with this. I'm also going to get down into my bottom lashes just a little bit. So I'm going to start with tightlining. Uh-oh. It slipped out. I've never had trouble tightlining before. Okay, there we go. Okay, I don't need that in the corner yet. Okay, now I'm going to go down and just, let me get my beauty blender and just gently tugging on that area to expose that inner waterline. Now, if you don't know what the waterline is, that is the area, the skin that actually touches your eyeball. So it's the skin between your lash line and where it touches your eye. And then tightline is the same thing, it's just the top. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of go into these lashes a little bit so that I can smoke this bottom out. The MAC pencils are really soft, so it doesn't take much. Okay, I think that's all I'm going to need of that one. So let me go in with, I need a pencil brush, and I can use this one that is a Sigma E30, just this pencil brush. I'm going to go into this color called Hustle. It is it's a brown, but it's got a hint of purple to it. This color that I use, Toasted, it has a hint of mauve to it. So I think that these two will work good together. So I'm just going in and kind of filling my brush up, knock it off, and I'm just going to go in and just kind of smudge this out a bit. But some people may not be used to getting that close to their eye, and that's fine. It's a preference, and it's what you feel comfortable doing. I realize that some people just don't want to get that close, but one thing you've got to consider is that I do have on contacts, and since I have contacts in, that protects my eye to a great degree. I will sometimes get powder on that contact, and I'll have to stop and get it off. But smudging it out with a shadow and a pencil brush, what that does is it sort of sets it in place. And once it's set, it usually doesn't move. It's a really good thing. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it up onto that top lash line right in the corner. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Not far. Got hair in the way. That way my eyes don't look downturned. And sometimes I do have to go in with my finger and do the job. So, you know, God gave us 10 digits here. So sometimes it's just nice to use them. But otherwise, we have tools. And I sure wish I had those. Okay, I am going to come back to this. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do it now. Let me go ahead and do it now. I'm going to use this is kind of an angled shader brush, but it's a little bit fluffy. It's from Sigma also. It's the E70. I'm going to go into this color Sin. It kind of goes along with the colors that I have been building with. And that's going to be what I put on my, my brow bone. I do save my brows pretty much until the very last. And the reason for that is because every time I do them, and see, I like that this is fluffy because I can kind of blend as I go. I'm highlighting that bone with that color, but I'm also able to blend down into the colors that I've already laid down here in my eye. That way it's pretty seamless. But yeah, every time. I mean, I mess it up every single time. So I just decided that from now on, it's better on me if I wait and do my brows last. And that seems to work out best. Because, I mean, you know, if I ever forget my highlighter, my face highlight, and I have to go in and do it, every single time I'll mess my brows up if they're already done. I mean, every time. So, yeah. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just kind of blending in. You just can't beat this original Naked palette. It's just gorgeous, and I love these colors together. I think they're really just a beautiful combo. So I used, all over the lid, I used Virgin to begin with, which is this one. Then I used this as my transition color, which is called Naked. I darkened the outer corner with Buck. I used I used Toasted on the inner area of my lid with Fix Plus, which brought it out really strong. And then I use this which is Hustle, as my color to, you know, smoke out my lower lash line with. But I think it looks really nice. I am not one that is, you're just not going to see me going crazy with eye or, you know, anything. Now, it's fun sometimes, but I'm going to be 48 this year. I need to look 48. I'm not going to look like Mimi from the Drew Carey Show all the time. Okay, and I know that the unicorn look is really popular, but that's just not my style. Okay, all I'm doing is using just a brush. This is just from the drugstore. It's just, maybe even, it's Sonia Kashuk. Okay, it just came from Target. It's just a eyebrow brush. I just sort of like to get them in place before I go in with my my water, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, let me get my since I can't really scoot up any further, so I'm going to go in with, I've just got my handheld, and I'm going to work on my brows. I'm going to start by just kind of filling them in at the front with little short strokes. Then what I do is I take it in short strokes underneath, backwards and forwards if you need to, whatever works for you. Then I like to come back and fill in across the top, and that's where I can really get a good shape going usually. I stop and comb through every now and then to help disperse the product. And sometimes I'm happy with it after I've done that. But I do have a sparse area right here that I want to fill in. And then I like to look at them from afar and see how they look. Looks better than the other one, doesn't it? I'm not terribly satisfied with it, but you know what? You work with what God gave you. That is for sure. Okay, time to go in with this other one. Yeah, I'm not happy with that. Let me see here. I have got, I'll just get a clean one. Let me kind of sharpen this up just a little bit. I like to take just a see, that helps a little bit. There. Okay. And then time to do this one. I told you guys that I had a hand mirror and that this was a gift from someone. A very nice gift, to say the least. But I have this, and I think I have 2 Chanel products. I had a Chanel bag, and I had a Chanel scarf that, it was just a mini scarf that I tied on the handle of the purse. Lost that in a house fire, though. I'm sorry, I'm blocking you. Lost that in our house fire. That was a big hit. It was in my Chanel bag. It was the it was the traditional quilted. Oh God, makes me sick thinking about it. I mean, because it was a gorgeous bag, and you know, I did not ever take it to school with me as a teacher. You know, that wasn't a bag that I carried when I worked. That was a bag that I carried for special occasions. It stayed in its dust bag when I wasn't using it. But see, this brow is just so easy to deal with. And this one, because I have so many, you see the difference, how easy that one looks, and then this one is sort of doing its own thing. Okay, what I want to do, I want to go back in just a little bit with that brush that I was using for my brow highlight. Let's see here if I can find it. I don't know, I might have put it back behind me. No, I didn't. Here it is. I want to just kind of blend that again, because using that Q-tip kind of, and my fingers kind of took some of it away. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go in with, nope, I'm not. I'm still not finished with my eyebrows. I will go in with them, but I'm going to go ahead and finish my face. Then I'm going to use my Benefit Gimme Brow, and then it will be time for mascara, and it'll be time for finishing spray. And I do like to use my Kiehl's, of course. Okay, now this is the Smashbox collab with Casey Holmes. Oh, I love her. And this is the gold palette. She has a pearl and a gold. I chose the gold, and the way that it is done is, let me show you the colors. Okay, this is turn it on, crank it up, and blow a fuse. Now the one that is the blow a fuse is a little bit more chunky with glitter, the very end one. I haven't really used that. I mix these two together for my highlight, and that's what I like to do. I'm using my Anastasia A23. I need another one of these because this one's getting a little bit ratty, but I just love this. It's a nice highlighter in that you can and I'm avoiding this area. I don't do anything in this area here. I keep everything below this little eye socket area. And the reason for that is because I have mature skin. If you are wanting to hide your mature skin, you certainly don't put highlight on it. So, yeah, I'm just going to kind of blend this into that other face product that I have blended there, my blush and my bronzer. I really love this. I just think she did a great job. And I do like to put it around my temple and a little bit up towards the arch of my brow. I just keep going and going and going. I build it up, basically, is what I'm doing. I'm building it to my desired light. I don't know if you can see that, but ooh, that was some kind of pretty. And I liked what's left over on the brush. I just come down my nose. I do like to highlight my nose. I know a lot of people don't, think it's necessary, but I do. And I like to use my finger and go in and give myself a melt mustache. I'm doing it a little at a time. I don't want to overdo it. Okay. Now, what we need to do, my highlighter drawer is the fullest drawer that I have. I am addicted. I'm addicted. It's bad. Okay, now let's go in with the Benefit Gimme Brow, because the Benefit Gimme Brow, what it will do is it will set down my brows. It does have little fibers in it. See how tiny the little thing is? It does not only set it down, it's like hairspray for your brows, but because it has little fibers in it, it helps your brows look fuller. And darker. There'll be times when I will accidentally touch something and it'll put color where I don't want color. I will just go in either with my nail or a Q-tip and just lightly do it like I would if it were mascara. Okay. Alright, that's my brows. Now, they don't look wonderful, but they look a lot better than they normally would. Okay, I am going to go now in with my mascara. And I'm going to have to use my... Let me try controlling this frizz a bit more. Okay. I'm going to go in with my mascara. I'm using the Better Than Sex mascara in waterproof because I'm going to be sitting out in the sun, and if I get sweaty, then my mascara will run, and I do not want to be a raccoon. Just get it at the root, wiggle it, and pull. I didn't curl mine yet. I wait until it's completely dry. If you don't wait until it's completely dry, you're going to pull out every one of your lashes. But I wait until it's dry and then I curl it and put another layer on. That's just my preference, but I do make sure, absolutely make sure that they're dry. I mean, and you'll feel them stick. So don't do as I do as I tell you to. Okay, let's get some on the bottom lashes here. I could be extra and use my Clinique bottom lash, but you know what? There's no need because this is waterproof and this is the area that I am really worried about transferring anyway, so there's no need. And if I've been blocking your view with my mirror, I apologize, but I'm blind. I'm old. It's the blind leading the blind here. Okay, I've got some mascara under that one that I need to clean up. So I'm going to put this to the side. While that's drying, I'm going to go in with my Too Faced Perfect Lips lip liner. It is in the color Perfect Nude. It's the one I've been using. I've been kind of addicted to it, but it is mechanical and it's just a really nice color, but it's by Too Faced. I like to do an X, like that right there. Just like that. And then come down each side from there. And I have been overdrawing my upper lip just a little bit. The older you get, the thinner your lips become. And since I'm not going to get lip injections because that looks excruciating, and I just don't think I need that in my life, nor do I have the money for it. I mean, I'm so broke right now. Buying houses. Whew. Okay, then what I like to do on the bottom, so that I filled in the top, as you saw. Then I like to start right here. Do you see what I did there? Do you see how it gives you that illusion of a pout? And then I like to go from there, the corner, and meet that. See how it gives you the illusion of a pout? And then I like to fill it in. I kind of rub them together just a little bit because it's very, you know, it's really, it's not dry. You know, I can't stand a really dry one. But it's really good. Okay, now I need to go in and I need to clean up my mascara mistake. I just made a mistake under there. I believe that my lashes have had time to dry. I'm just gonna, yep, they're a little sticky, but not too bad. Okay, another coat to hold that curl. My lashes kind of come straight out at you. So it's nice to get that curl in there, and then when you put the product in, the mascara that is, it helps hold that curl. And that's my eyes, guys. My eyes, guys. And close that up. Okay. So this is what I have so far. Okay, now I am going to go in with my primer before I do my lips. I'm not my primer, my finishing spray, and I'm using my my Pal Scandinavia, and I like the one that is the bridal. It says bridal on it. It's a little bit stronger now. Scandinavia makes Urban Decay's all-nighter, but this one's still the best. So I'm going to coat my face now. I'm going to put a little more than I usually would, and the reason for that is because I know that it's going to be hot, and I really need it to stay still. All of these things that I've just done need to stay still. Okay, there's that. Let it dry really, really good. Do you see the glow in my face? If you do, and you want to know why that I'm glowing that way, it's what I set my face with. It's that Laura Mercier highlighter powder that I used. It gives you the most wonderful, healthy glow. See, my forehead has a glow, my chin. So it's a natural dewiness. It doesn't look like I'm just sweating like a little southern hog. You know what I'm saying? It's southern hog. Sow. I'm not just sweating like a little southern sow. You know, it's an actual healthy glow. And you only get that when you set it down. You've got to set those powders down with a setting spray, or you're going to just stay powdery looking. And I don't like that powdery look. I like my face to look natural. I like it to look, you know, of course, you know, I've got this redness that I just can't do anything about. It's what God gave me, so I work with it and do as much as I can. But, you know, in the end, there's only so much you can do. Now I'm going to take my beauty blender and my Kiehl's Ultra Facial Toner. This is the one, this is actually 8.4 ounces. This will last me 10 lifetimes because I only use a couple of drops, but I do shake it really good. And what I do, I've showed you this several times before, I just put a couple of drops of it, like that right there. I just kind of mash it into the sponge just a little bit, just like that. And then I just dab underneath my eye. And what that does, it takes every bit of any crepiness that was left behind that the finishing spray didn't get. Do you see? There is no crepiness. Yes, there's wrinkles because I have wrinkles. Duh. But you're not going to see any crepey, dead look underneath my eyes. My eyes, for the most part, look very alert, bright. And I'm happy with that. That's what, you know, that little trick is about, and I love it. Okay, I am going to go in now with this color, which is called, let's see, I don't know if I want to do Teddy Bear. I'm going to go with Matte Naked, which is a Milani lipstick. I absolutely love this. It is called Matte Naked number 61. It's just in this packaging. It's the gold. It's just a really pretty neutral color, and I like neutral with the eye color that I have. So I mean, I could go bright if I wanted to, but since I have a hint of it's sort of like a purpley brown, since I have that, I just want to stay with the nude. And it smells like watermelon Jolly Ranchers, that's always a great advantage. I'm not like most people. I don't just do this and go back and forth. I don't need that much on my lips. I just don't see the need in putting that much product on your lips when you don't have to. I can get the color payoff and even get it on my teeth. Okay, so my next step that I just, oh my gosh, this is the Marc Jacobs lip gloss, and it is in the color Enamored. I don't know if I want to use this or Sugar. Let me look. Let's see. I could go with either one of these. I'm going to go with Sugar today. because it's a real pale nude and it'll lighten up this look just a bit. I don't like really a whole lot of lip glosses, but these are thebomb.com. They are really, really good. And what I do is I just kind of pat. I have a little bit of like a pepperminty smell. I'm just doing this in the middle of my pout, around the Cupid's bow. And then by pressing my lips together, I just keep adding until I'm happy. And right now, I'm enjoying just doing it. It's just so fabulous. It really, really is. Okay, I am going to go curl my hair so that it looks decent, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, this is the look. I have finished my hair. I just run my curling iron through little sections, and I pulled it up kind of a high pony, kind of taut, and I combed down my baby hairs with some hairspray. So yeah, this is the final look. Let me get this out of the way, bring you in just a little bit. But this is the final look. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope it was entertaining for you. And yeah, the only thing that I have left is I'm going to go ahead and just use just my little sample of my Elizabeth and James Nirvana bourbon. I absolutely love this. Let me show you how to do this. Do a little bit behind each ear. I actually do some at the nape of my neck. Then I go down each arm. I don't go to one arm and then rub them together, because what you're doing when you do that is you're breaking down the molecules that make up the scent, and you break those down and you end up kind of destroying the scent. You'll either make it much more faint or it won't wear as long. So I just go down each arm and back up. You can touch them together, but no rubbing together, which I know a lot of people do this when they rub it together like that, or they rub behind the ears. Don't do that. Just let it air dry on your body, and it'll smell just like it's out of the bottle for much longer. So that's just my last little tip for the day. Guys, I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I'm glad that I was finally able to get in front of the camera and do a makeup tutorial for you guys. And I've lost 24 pounds. I hope it shows in my face a little bit since the last time you saw me on camera, with makeup on, that is, and not in my vlog series. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way this looks, and you just can never go wrong with an Urban Decay Naked palette, can you? Alright, that's going to be it. Don't forget to hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. I hope that you come back to see me, and I'll talk to you later. Bye!